Fabulous. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. Good afternoon.
Hello,
we'll just give
everyone.
another minute or so. Yeah, I see we've got Ginger and Rebecca and Tammy and Emily and Krista so far. If you guys want to hang out with us with your cameras on, and you can, we'd love that. We'll give just another minute. I had a quick workout before class. I've got my green smoothie going here. So let me know if I have spinach in my teeth as we go. Let us know before we kick off class in the chat box if you are already a customer in our community, or if you're here to learn about oils for the first time and you don't yet have the oils. We'd love to know who we have hanging out with us today. We are going to get started right now. I'm going to actually jump into sharing the screen and the slides for the class, but then Marta and I, who are teaching you today, will come back into the Zoom room here to make sure we've answered any of your questions and just have some face-to-face time before we end the class. Awesome. Emily said she's already a customer. Rebecca's here to learn for the first time. Great. If you're just hopping in, you guys, let us know in the chat if you are already a customer or here for the first time. Welcome, Ginger, already a customer, but new to using again. This is a great class for you then. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and Marta, give me a thumbs up in just a moment if, let me go to slideshow. I want to make sure that you can see my screen okay. How does that look?
It looks great.
Awesome. All right, well, welcome to our Intro to Oils class. This is a class that we offer for you on the first Monday of every month. We offer this live at 2 p.m. and at 8 p.m. Eastern. So this is a great class to join if you, like I said, are brand new, you have never used oils before, or perhaps you purchased some oils with us last year or years ago and you want to brush up on your knowledge. This is a very practical class. We're going to teach you about the top 10 most popular oils and blends and share some of our insights along the way. I'm honored to be here teaching today with my co-host Marta. If we haven't met before, my name is Ange Peters, and I am the founder of WholeFit, a company, a health and wellness company that I founded 11 years ago. And I first started using Doterra, oh boy, 2013. Let's do the math. I guess we're coming up to 9 years. And I didn't know anybody in Canada where I was living at the time that was using doTERRA or even using essential oils. I had been using other brands for several years before doTERRA, and I'm so grateful I was introduced to this incredible lifestyle. At that time in my life, I was a very new-ish mom. I had a 2-year-old and a newborn. Sorry, reverse that. I had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And my youngest was having terrible skin issues. I'm sure we have a few mothers on with us right now, but she had like full blown eczema all over her body for her whole first year of life. And I thought I was doing everything. At that point, I was working within the capacity of my knowledge at that point. And I was nursing and thinking I was doing all the things, but it really led me to doTERRA because I was starting to pay attention to labels and was starting to make a lot of my own products. And it turned out to be the laundry detergent that I had been using that was a natural brand, but it had fragrance in it. And so anyway, long story short, I fell in love with the oils, one bottle at a time. I just started to feel like I was solving a lot of things in our life. And that led me to start teaching classes. I opened up my home. I had a group of 30 friends and neighbors over. And that very first class is what kicked off our entire community today, which is incredible and very humbling to share with you that we have over 80,000 people in our WholeFit oil community today, all around the world. So that's something I wanted to share from my heart, but I am really excited to introduce you to Marta, who's going to be hanging out with you in the chat today, helping you with questions and posting links as we go. Marta, you guys, is newer to our team. She joined last year. She's a mom of 2 boys, which is very busy. She has a toddler and a teenager. She lives in New Jersey, right outside of New York, and she runs her own coaching practice. You can check her out at Mind Body Purpose. You can see her Instagram there. But she is is new to jumping into teaching with us, but has so much to share. And Marta, I wanted to give you even just a minute or two at the beginning of class. What drew you to doTERRA, and do you have any cool essential oil stories you want to kick off with?
Thank you, Ange, for introducing me. So excited to be here. So excited to be part of this mission, this team. It's a beautiful experience. So my official journey with doTERRA started exactly 2 years ago. It's in February, so it's the exact 2 years anniversary. My unofficial journey with doTERRA started probably 2.5 years ago when I got one of doTERRA's signature blends on guard. I bought it at full price without opening the account, and it's here with me. And I was looking at that point for an alternative to my mouthwash. And I found out from someone that I could just drop on guard on my tank, mix it with water, and that would be a beautiful mouthwash. I did not know that doTERRA actually had a dental care line with On Guard signature blend. So I got my On Guard and I started using it as my mouthwash every night, and I absolutely loved it. I never went back to the other nasty stuff. Then when we had sniffles, I was putting On Guard into herbal teas or hot water. I was rubbing it on my children's feet. I was diffusing it, adding it to my laundry detergent, to my bathtub cleaning solution. Like I was an On Guard queen, and that was the only oil I had. And I just loved it. And I'm still using, it's probably one of my favorite oils up till today. I still use this line for my teeth, for cleaning my teeth. I love it. So then I met Ange while being an On Guard queen, and that little bottle takes you a long way. I was shocked how long it lasted me. And she introduced me to 3 most popular oils, lemon, peppermint, and lavender. And I started using these oils in my diffuser. And at that point, my senses just opened. I understood what was the difference between doTERRA oils and the oils that I used to buy in my supermarket or a shopping mall. I mean, I just couldn't believe how potent they were, how different they were. So that's the story. I purchased my first kit, which was the Healthy Start kit in February 2 years ago. And I use oils every day in my life. I love the ritual of diffusing oils daily in several rooms in my house. It brings intentionality to my life. It brings beauty. It brings the moment of stillness and breath and just pausing and doing something with intention. It's a sensory experience where I can connect with my body through the sense of smell. I use oils as remedies. On Guard is still one of my favorite ones. Oregano oil as well is quite popular in our house. I'm also training for triathlon currently, and Deep Blue became my best friend. I have not used Deep Blue before, but now it's almost in a daily rotation in my house. And the last thing that I want to mention about oils, I love the ritual of bringing more sensuality and beauty into my life through oils like neroli and jasmine. I discovered the Whisper blend recently. So I use it as a fragrance on my skin, as an anchor to just center myself in my body. In love with the oils. I have all of these in my desk, the neroli and rose and jasmine, because I come back to them daily while working, just to connect with my body. And that's all. Welcome everyone to this call. I'm so excited to be here with you. Thank you, Anne.
Oh, what a beautiful opening. That was a little class in itself, but I love that most of the oils Marta spoke of just now, we're going to actually talk about today in class as part of the top 10. So that is wonderful. I'll tell you, when you talk to a doTERRA person, someone who uses the oils, they often have stories like that where it's like you can't imagine life before having these products. So we're really excited you guys are here. In this class today, we want to accomplish a couple of things with you. We really want to empower you with solutions. We want you to leave this class knowing that there are tools out there that can support you no matter what your health goals are. You're going to learn 3 cool things about doTERRA, something that sets them apart, 3 ways to use doTERRA oils specifically. And we're going to go through the top 10 oils and blends and share at least 3 practical, real game-changing ways to use them. It's in those moments throughout your day where something pops up and you know that you have a tool you can reach for, whereas in the past you might struggle. This is what this class is going to give you lots of ideas around, and then we'll teach you how to purchase at wholesale. I love that Marta shared that her first purchase was full price retail. We don't want you to do that. It's actually super easy to purchase at wholesale, so we'll teach you how to do that. And as I said, Marta's going to post links as we go into the chat, so if you want to open up the chat box and keep it open. The first link we want to make sure that you received is when you signed up for the class, that you received our welcome email, and there should have been our class notes package. If you didn't get that, Marta's going to type that into the chat for you. It's helpful to even just print the top 10 notes page that you see on the screen to take anything down you want to remember when it comes to using that oil, because most of the starter collections in doTERRA will have either all of the 10 oils we go through today or most of them. All right, so if we kick off from a place of understanding the lifestyle of wellness, we know that there are several categories that help us feel whole. We know eating right and exercise are 2 very important things, and there are great oils and products. Marta mentioned she's using Deep Blue right now as she's training for a triathlon. There's a lot of ways you will feel that extra level of support in those areas, but I would say that the oils really come in for you when you are looking to shift things when it comes to your stress management, your sleep, how much you feel in harmony in your body. Reducing toxic load is a big draw for people. Like I shared, that was what really led me to the oils, was wanting to help my daughter's skin by eliminating all of the irritants that were going on from the other products we were using. But really it's about taking an informed approach to your self-care, to your well-being, and to your healthcare. You'll find that as you get going in this lifestyle, the oils will solve 80% of your healthcare needs, leaving modern medicine for the 20% that it was really intended for. We have a couple gifts we're going to share with you at the end, so we hope you guys can stick around. We share the links for these in the Zoom chat. One of them will be an ebook for all of the uses we cover in class today, plus probably another 50 or 70 more. It's our 200 practical use guide. The other tool we're going to share with you at the end is a free search engine that you can type in whatever you're looking to use oils for, and it will tell you exactly what to use and how to use them. This is a backdoor website. You can't Google it or find it. So we'll be sharing those with you at the end of class if you can stick to the end. Just waiting for my screen to flip here. There we go. Okay. So as we kick off, I want you guys, if you have a little notepad, even if it's just a Post-it note, I want to invite you to think about 3 areas that you would love to move the needle in, whether it be 3 things you want to feel less of when it comes to how you feel in your body, or 3 things you want to feel more of. And if anyone's feeling open to sharing with us, post it into the chat. What is even one area in your health you would like to feel more supported through what doTERRA offers? And we do have some people live in the classroom right now who have been in our community for a little while, and they're here for a refresh. They will jump in, I'm sure, and share with you if you post something you're looking for solutions with. This is what makes these community classes so great. So share with us in the chat, what's one area you would like to feel more supported in with the opportunity to use a product like doTERRA? So 3 cool things about doTERRA oils, and then I want to share 3 ways to use them. The first thing is doTERRA oils are the purest essential oils in the world. So doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world. They are the most trusted brand when it comes to knowing what is in that bottle. So the purity and the potency is not met anywhere else because of the transparency they have around the testing. I'll show you that in just a moment. But what this leads to is a product that is 100% natural and safe. This is the purest form of plant medicine you could use in your body. And it's vast. We're talking over 50 different plants that give us this life force in a bottle, something that we can use for its protective properties, its uplifting properties, in the same way that the plant utilizes its own essential oil. So extracts from plants have amazing health benefits. You're going to learn a lot of those today, but every essential oil has different properties that it's known for. So for example, on the screen, you see peppermint. I've got a bottle on my desk here. This is my favorite essential oil to this day. It's one of the first ones I tried of doTERRA's. Very energizing, very clearing, it's uplifting. You immediately feel the impact of peppermint, whether you're just breathing it in or applying it to your temples for some head tension. Essential oils are 50 to 70 times more potent than the herbs. So I grow peppermint in my backyard, and sometimes I'll grab a handful of it and put it in a mug with some hot water and steep a tea, that simply. All I would need to do is not even 1 drop of peppermint essential oil to make a peppermint tea. It would actually probably be too intense to use 1 drop. So they're very potent. Cool thing number 2 is they're extremely effective. So in many situations, you will find that they work fast and sometimes even better than something synthetic that you might have reached for in the past, even something out of the land of pharmacology. When you're using something pure in your body, it creates harmony. So it's not creating this cascade of side effects. What it does is it actually works with your body to help your body heal. So On Guard, Marta mentioned, was her first oil that she purchased. It's doTERRA's most popular blend. It's the protective blend. It is so effective when you feel run down. Let's say you feel like you're catching a cold and your throat is sore. Just gargling a couple drops of On Guard in a little water is an incredible experience. You feel so supported in doing that. Whereas in the past, you might not have been able to reach for anything. So you do feel like they're your friends over time. The last piece I want to share is that they're quite affordable. And when we go through the top 10, you'll see that we actually have on the slide the pennies per drop. And literally using essential oils are pennies per drop. You will, in most situations, you will use only 1 to 2 drops of oil per application. A standard size bottle of doTERRA has at least 250 drops in it. So while your first kit of oils that you purchase can feel like an investment, it's going to last you a long time. The transparency that I mentioned earlier when it comes to the purity in the bottles is a real draw for people. There's 2 things. There's the transparency, and then there's the way that doTERRA oils are sourced. And this is what makes a very unique product. You should know that every bottle of doTERRA goes through over 60 tests for quality. Some of these are done in-house through doTERRA's in-house scientists. Most of them are done through a third-party lab. There's a company called Aromatic Plant Research. You can look them up, but they are the third-party lab that does a lot of doTERRA's testing. There's a really cool website you guys should write down if you want to geek out a little bit on this. It's called sourcetoyou.com, and it's cool. You can take any single oil, so not a blend, because blends have a lot of different oils in them. But let's use lemon, for example. And on the bottom of your bottle, you'll have a code, and you can go to Source to You. Marta just typed it into the chat for you guys, and you can type in that code and it'll pull up for you the testing, the most recent testing that's been done on that bottle. And you'll also learn sourcing information about it. It's just a real appreciated level of transparency, especially in these times that we're in. I think that trust is at an all-time low when it comes to brands and when it comes to your healthcare. And this is a big draw. I know there's probably at least one of you here that is very interested in knowing exactly what is in your product. This was my draw, because as a nutritionist at the time, I was a holistic nutritionist. I knew everything we were putting in our bodies when it came to our food, but this was an area that I wasn't paying as much attention to. The other reason people are drawn to doTERRA is the sourcing. So the co-impact sourcing model is a very beautiful element of the work that we do here. So we often talk about it as empowering on both sides of the bottle. So as we use lavender to help us sleep and promote our sense of rest and wholeness and well-being, In Bulgaria and France, where the growers are growing that lavender for our essential oil, they are treated fairly, they are paid well. It's this reciprocal model. And if you ever have the opportunity to go on a doTERRA sourcing trip, it's an incredible experience. And I think, it's something that hopefully when the world opens up more and we can travel more freely, that is something that somebody in the classroom here could take advantage of. But this is a very important part of the work that we do, is not only treating the people well who grow the plants, but the end product in the bottle is very different when you are sourcing a plant from an area in the world where it was meant to grow, where it thrives, where it's not forced to grow, where it's not genetically modified. And like I said, I grow peppermint in my backyard, but it's not going to have the protective qualities in the same way, the uplifting qualities in the same way that a peppermint from Washington State would have, where peppermint grows like crazy. So just a cool thing to understand when it comes to what you're using is that it's not just something grown off the highway in the United States. It's something that is sourced very responsibly and ethically. Come on, screen. There we go. Okay. So if you have a bottle with you, take the lid off. Maybe you have a little sample that someone had given you, or you have a full-size bottle. We want to go through the 3 ways to use that bottle right now. And it's helpful to have a bottle in front of you. I like using peppermint just because it's a great one to use all 3 ways. So the first way that we use an oil is aromatically. Now that is going to be either from your hands or just breathing it in from the bottle. Take a nice deep inhale. And you'll notice that those aromatic compounds instantly come out of the bottle because they're volatile. They're volatile compounds. They're not grounded in any kind of a base unless you're using a blend that has some coconut oil in it. These are volatile compounds. If you left a bottle of peppermint on your desk with the cap off for a day, your whole office would smell like peppermint. So aromatic use is extremely beneficial. And it's the most popular way people use doTERRA oils. You can add them to a diffuser. So I have a diffuser right behind me here with a little tray of oils. I honestly have this set up in most rooms of my house. This is probably going to be you as you get going in this lifestyle. You'll want to have a diffuser in most rooms with a little collection of oils for that room. My girls in their bedrooms, they have sleep oils next to the diffuser because that's usually the only reason we use the diffuser in their room. But oils aromatically help to affect mood. They help to cleanse the air, right? Let's say your kids are in school and every day when they come home from school, you want to purify the air by diffusing some On Guard. That's a good move. They support the respiratory system too. If you were breathing in peppermint just now, you can imagine if you were feeling stuffy or congested, just that drop even in your hand rubbed together and taking that deep breath in instantly brings the lungs alive. It adds that depth to the experience. So topical application is the next one. And for topical, you're looking to solve something at the source, at the site, right? It's a localized issue you might be having. So maybe it's a bee sting or a bug bite or a burn or a rash or a sunburn or wrinkles or age spots or whatever you're looking to target with the oils. Topical application is the second most popular way to use oils. You're going to, in most situations, want to dilute your oils with a carrier oil. So examples of carrier oils that you might already have in your kitchen would be olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. Coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil is probably the most popular carrier oil in aromatherapy. And doTERRA sells the carrier oils. But a nice way to apply your oils is, let's say you just were outside around a campfire and you came in and you had a whole bunch of mosquito bites. You're going to learn when we get to lavender that it is the most popular one for that problem. So what you would do is you would add maybe about half a teaspoon of your carrier oil to your hand, and then 1 or 2 drops of your lavender, and you'd massage it all into those bug bites. And you'd notice within about 10 seconds that you don't feel itchy anymore. Because lavender is, it works similar to an antihistamine in the body. So it's actually part of a blend we'll share for allergies as well. So that's topical. You don't always have to dilute oils, but definitely when you're new, or if you're using them on young skin or older skin, which is a little more sensitive, you'll want to use a carrier oil. doTERRA also sells the oils already diluted in roller bottles. So if you're ever looking for like peppermint, I have one of these roller bottles everywhere because I am obsessed with it. And I love when I'm just feeling a little bit groggy and need a little pick me up, I'll apply some to my temples, down the back of my neck if I want to cool down a little bit. So whenever you're looking for the roller bottles that doTERRA has, they're called the Touch line. So it'd be Peppermint Touch to equal topical application. And then the last way we want to make sure you know about is internal use. And this would be very specific to doTERRA's quality. You would not want to take any other brands that you're using and take them internally because you likely do not know exactly what's in that bottle. There's a lot of adulteration in the aromatherapy world. It's very easy to make something smell like lavender or smell like peppermint. In fact, you can go to the dollar store, you guys, and you will see lavender for sale, and it'll say 100% pure lavender. Now that seems criminal that they can label something that way, but there's a lot of backdoors within the industry. Okay, so unless you know exactly what's in that bottle, you don't want to be using it really in any way, but definitely not internally. I often think of like Jelly Belly, or whatever, is that the brand? Jelly Belly, jelly beans. How you could have a jelly bean that tastes and smells like any smell in the world, right? But we know that that jelly bean is not actually popcorn or fresh cut grass or whatever, right? So just the ability to make something, smell something, and really trick your senses is very, very prominent. Now, we talked about diluting your oils with carrier oil. That's one of our safety tips we wanted to highlight today. There's a few other ones I want to go over as you get started with oils. So the first one is you never want to apply doTERRA oils into any type of a canal, like the ear canal or right in the nose or in your eyes or elsewhere. For example, let's say you were going to use tea tree oil to help with an ear infection. That would be a go-to for that issue. You would not want to take tea tree oil and drip it inside the ear canal. That would be a really bad idea. It would throw your equilibrium off. You'd start to feel pretty sick, actually. What you'd want to do instead is take that tea tree oil and dilute it a little bit and massage it around the ear. So not going right into the ear, but all the way around. You could even put a little bit on a cotton ball and just using some medical tape, tape it over the ear canal. So that's one example there. Another safety tip we want to share, even though we're not in most places living in summer months right now, you want to be careful with citrus essential oils when you're going to be out in the sun. Okay, so, and this goes for almost every citrus oil except for green mandarin. If you want to write that one down, let's say you like using citrus oils topically in oils or lotions, things you're making for your skin. Because citrus oils are the most uplifting category of essential oils. We love citrus oils. But if you're going to be out in the sun, you want to limit your topical application. It doesn't matter if you add lemon to your water, your drinking water, that's not going to make you more sensitive to the sun. It's just topical application. And then I mentioned this already, but I'll just say it once more. You're only ever going to use 1 or 2 drops at a time because doTERRA oils are very potent. And I'll share with you, I won't name the name of the brand, but there's quite a prominent brand in Canada that you'll find in a lot of shopping malls. And they actually recommend 25 drops of oil in their diffusers. And they're a beautiful luxe essential oil brand, but even just that right there speaks to the quality difference, because in a diffuser with doTERRA, you're only ever going to be using 3 to 4 drops, for example. Okay, so who's ready to go into the top 10? These are the top 10 oils and blends that will solve 80% of your healthcare needs. These oils are going to be found in a few of the starter kits that we share at the end of class. So if you're here today and you're wanting to get started with oils, what we're going through is going to be great for you, because those will be the products that come to your door. All right, so let's start with lemon. It is sourced from Italy. It's about 4 cents per drop, and it is our ultimate cleanser. So on the slides, you'll see at the top next to the name, you'll see an A, a T, and or an I. That stands for the ways that this oil can be used for. So lemon, for example, can be used all 3 ways that we went over. So as a cleansing essential oil, you can add it internally to a drop of drinking water, help support your metabolism and digestion. You can add it to cleaners that you'll make. You could, I honestly, I go through a bottle of lemon about every month or two, to be honest, because I use it so much in the kitchen. I love to add it to the cloths that we wipe the kitchen down with. I'll add it to towels just to purify them. I will often use it in the diffuser, even just on its own. It's beautiful. It is a degreaser as well. So here's one of my favorite uses for lemon. How many of you have bought those picture frames from Winners or HomeSense or whatever? And of course, they always come with that sticker slapped right on the front where you're gonna have the glass with the picture, right? I don't know why they do that. But you go to take that off and it leaves this disgusting adhesive all over the frame. 1 drop of lemon, let it sit for a second, and then grab a paper towel and all that adhesive will come off. Lemon will do the same for you when it comes to removing permanent marker stains, especially dry erase boards. If any of you are teachers, keep a bottle of lemon in your classroom. It will take all the old dry erase marker stains off the boards. But it's also a wonderful oil to use in flavoring. So not only adding it to your drinking water, but adding it to smoothies, dressings, baking, like lemon blueberry muffins, for example. You wouldn't need to use lemon zest anymore. So it's just super practical. Now, citrus oils can evaporate a little quicker than other oils. They're a little more volatile. So if you want to help your citrus oils last longer, store them in the fridge. Most oils are going to last you at least 5 years in terms of potency. You probably will find most of your oils actually are empty before the 5-year mark, but citrus oils, they tend to lose some of their potency after 2 years. So if you're not moving through the bottles as quickly, keep them in the fridge. Okay, the second oil I want to go through with you is lavender, sourced from Bulgaria. This is our calming oil. So this is the oil that you'll reach for whether you need calming emotionally, or you want to sleep deeper, or you want to calm the skin. So calming the skin is as simple, as I mentioned earlier, as just adding it to a little fractionated coconut oil and massaging it into burns, bee stings, bites, cuts, rashes. Sometimes, depending on the type of rash, it will aggravate it more. If the skin is really raw and sensitive, you'd want to just leave it alone to heal. You wouldn't want to be adding lavender to it. But typically, for most scenarios, it's going to be a very calming oil for that situation. Calming for emotions too, promoting deep sleep. You can either add it to a diffuser, or you could even put a couple drops on cotton pads and stuff them in your pillowcases. Here's a cool beauty hack. Adding 1 drop of lavender to your mascara tubes is not only going to extend the life of your mascara and help it not get super clumpy, but it's going to help promote lash growth as well. So you can even make a lash serum for your eyes when you have an empty mascara tube. If you want a quick recipe to write down for that, you would want to use castor oil, which is a very thick form of a carrier oil. And you could fill an old mascara tube that you've cleaned out with castor oil, and you could add 2 to 3 drops of lavender and 2 to 3 drops of either rosemary, cedarwood, or even frankincense, which we're going to go through in class today. But that helps to promote lash growth and brow growth. And then the last tip I'll mention is massaging around anything that needs soothing. So even this in combination with tea tree oil is a great approach for an ear infection. Honestly, I feel like most of the mothers that are in doTERRA came into doTERRA because of ear infections in their kids. So this is a real helpful solution, especially in the US, where every trip to the emergency costs money, right? So families that are looking for that support at home are very drawn for that reason. Oh, Krista's diffusing lemon with a boat in her kitchen right now. That's awesome. Okay, peppermint. So peppermint is sourced from Washington, where it grows really abundantly. It's very potent, has the highest level of menthol. Menthol is the main constituent in peppermint. And we talked about this earlier, but this is your energizer. This is your uplifter. This is your opener. So when you want to expand and deep breathe or breathe deeper, adding peppermint to your diffuser or just inhaling it from your hand is an awesome experience. It's also calming for the digestive system. So if you're ever feeling upset, whether it be bloating or gas or nausea, adding a drop of peppermint to your water will have an instantly cooling and calming effect. I actually like to do a stacked approach for indigestion of any kind, where I'll put a drop of peppermint in water and drink that. And then I'll massage topically Digest Zen blend into the surface area of the stomach. We're going to talk about that blend in a few minutes. So if you know anybody that suffers with indigestion, that's a great approach. And I'll just add one tidbit here when it comes to supplements. Doterra has a supplement called Terrazyme that I want to mention for indigestion. It is brilliant. It's a digestive enzyme. It just helps to kind of like melt away any issues going on. So I just wanted to mention, because I know so many people struggle with indigestion. That's a really great approach combined with the oils. Oh, hi, Denise. She says, I love that tip with peppermint and Zengest. Oh, it's called Zengest in Canada, by the way. I should have mentioned that. Sometimes we have different names in different markets. What else do I want to share with peppermint? So it will almost instantly relieve head tension. Because of the high menthol content, it draws the blood supply to the area to provide that relief when you feel like you've got a headache or any kind of pains going on there. Just massaging into your temples is great. I would prefer that you use the diluted roller bottle that I showed you earlier for that, because if you grab a drop of peppermint and massage it into your temples, you might find you get it a little too close to your eyes. It'll cause your eyes to water quite a bit. You can make your own roller bottles too, guys. I should have mentioned this earlier. You can, if you get an empty roller bottle or you buy an empty roller bottle, you can fill it with fractionated coconut oil and add about 20 drops of essential oil. And that would be a great recipe for making your own roller bottles. We go into that in a little more detail in some of our continuing ed sessions. I'll share that at the end. But peppermint, the last thing I want to mention is it's very cooling. It has a tingly effect on the body. So let's say you're experiencing a fever and you don't want to crash the body's response to an intruder. A fever is actually a very healthy response. You don't want to jump right for Tylenol or ibuprofen to bring that down. You want to help the body use that fever to kick out the intruder in the body. But to make you more comfortable, you can use peppermint to cool yourself a little bit. So massaging it into the spine or back of neck is great. One tip I'll share here, I love to add peppermint to my lip gloss tubes. So you'll just use one drop for sure. But if you like to have that plumping effect, little tingle of fresh breath, that's a really good tip. And then for anyone who struggles with seasonal allergies, you're going to want to write this one down. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint together is the trio. It's the magic trio for allergy relief. And you can use this however way you want. Most people will add 1 to 2 drops of each of those oils to a little shot glass. They'll add a little bit of water, and then they'll gargle and swallow, chug it back. You could make a topical roller bottle of those 3 oils if you want, and just massage it into the chest and neck and breathe it in. You could do it internally in other ways. You could diffuse those 3 oils. doTERRA even sells a soft gel called Tri-Ease, which has those 3 oils in it. So I just wanted to mention that while we were still on this slide. Okay, frankincense is our 4th single oil we want to go through, and frankincense is the king of oils, right? We've probably heard of frankincense in the past. It's mentioned in the Bible. Blend of 4 species of resin is what makes doTERRA's frankincense unique. So frankincense is an oil you would not ever want to use a fake version of. It is so incredibly healing. If you ever don't know what oil to use, we often just say, just reach for your frankincense, because it is so rich in constituents and has such versatility when it comes to applications. But here's probably 2 or 3 ways that you'll usually use it. Inhaling to feel moments of calm throughout your day and connection. If you ever want to venture out into the emotional realm of using oils, there's a great book called Essential Emotions. And you'll learn in that book that frankincense is the oil of connection to the patriarchy. So if you have ever lost a loved one, a male loved one, and you want to feel a deeper sense of connection to them, frankincense, you'll notice it's a powerful conduit. It's really cool, the emotional element that essential oils bring to our life. So that's one to check out. Adding a drop to your moisturizer is going to be a beautiful experience in your self-care. So you would do that if you want to promote more youthful and glowing skin. I use frankincense every single day in my skin oil. It works great on age spots. It works great on just helping to give the skin that nice glow. You can add either just a drop to your current lotion in your hand and just massage that in, or you might make yourself a beautifying skin oil with well, I'll give you a blend to write down if you'd like. You could get a little bottle with a dropper, and you could add, I like to use argan oil or jojoba oil for skin oils because they most closely match the skin sebum. But then you could add to that about 10 drops of your frankincense, another 10 drops of lavender. And then if you have any other oils that we're not going to go into in this class, but any of the floral oils are great for the skin. So geranium is great. Rose, if you have a bottle of rose, it's the most expensive oil in the world, but it is so great for the skin. And then the last piece for frankincense is adding a drop under your tongue each day. This is a very supportive routine to come into to support healthy inflammation in the body and good cellular function. So I definitely do this whenever I've been working my body too hard or haven't slept well, or when it's that time of the month when I'm feeling like my body's very inflamed. This is a nice supportive routine. Tea tree oil, sourced from Australia. This is one that you'll typically only use aromatically or topically. Also very cleansing and purifying. It's kind of that first aid oil. It smells like first aid, right? I remember tea tree oil way back 30 years ago when I started using the Body Shop's tea tree oil line when I was breaking out in high school or early teens. And it just brings me right back to that time in my life, but I don't know what I was actually using. Something that smelled like tea tree for sure. But this is going to be your go-to oil for acne, blemishes, skin tags, warts, anything topical you're looking to move the needle on. This is going to be a great one. You can apply it without diluting. It's not a very caustic or hot oil. It's also known obviously for cleansing the hair of bugs. So if your kids come home with the lice notice, you'll want to pull out your tea tree. You can add a couple of drops to your shampoo and leave it on the scalp for about 5 minutes, or you can make a lice spray by adding 10 drops to a small bottle of water and spraying it on backpacks and hats. And then we've mentioned this already, but for ear troubles or ear infections, adding a drop of tea tree and lavender to a cotton ball or massaging around the ear is going to be your go-to for sure. Now, tea tree has other uses. You might use it in your cleaning. It depends whether you like the aroma of it or not. Some people find it a little too first aidy smelling. Okay, we're now going to go into 4 blends. These are the 4 most popular blends that Doterra has. So the first one we'll kick off with is On Guard. I'm sure some of you have heard of this one, even beyond Marta sharing. This is her first introduction to Doterra. So this is Doterra's most popular blend. It has wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And it is so effective at supporting your body's immune strength that it's infused into, I think, about 10 lifestyle products now. We have it in cleaning products, hand wash, toothpaste, mouthwash, hand wipes, you name it. So and the reason I love this On Guard line is because it's daily support in little doses throughout the day that just help your immune system stay strong and supported. So what haven't I mentioned about On Guard? So I mentioned earlier about taking a drop in a shot glass of water if you have a bit of a sore throat, or you can massage that topically into your chest. You'll just instantly feel like you've done something good for your body. When you're feeling like you're run down, breathing in On Guard or taking it internally or applying it topically, it just feels good. You know it's going to work. Diffusing 3 drops to cleanse the air, like I mentioned, after school, or if someone's been in the house and has brought a little bug in the house, that's a good move. You could even make your own cough syrup by adding 2 drops to some raw honey on a spoon. That'll be very soothing to your throat. And then making your own cleaners and cleansers. If you want to just bump up the amount of protection in your home, you might add On Guard to your hand soaps, Ideally, you're using a hand soap that doesn't have fragrance or triclosan in it. You can make your own hand soaps, you guys. If you actually Google doTERRA DIY, there's a whole blog that doTERRA has of all the DIY recipes you can make, and a DIY hand soap is one of those you can make with On Guard. Okay, Breathe Blend is the second blend we want to talk about in this category, and it is also a very immune boosting blend. This is called Easy Air in Canada, and it's a blend of laurel leaf, eucalyptus, peppermint, lemon, ravensara, and cardamom. And this, as you can imagine, based on the oils that are in the blend, is going to be very supportive for the respiratory system. I like it better than I like peppermint when it comes to breathing and supporting your lungs and deep breathing. And if you know somebody who struggles in any way with anything chronic, for example, when it comes to breathing, they're going to love the Breathe blend. So massaging 2 drops with a little bit of that fractionated coconut oil into the chest is very effective. I actually like to pull my shirt up over my nose and deep breathe and form a little tent and just allow myself to calm down as I breathe. You can make a sinus steam by taking a mug of really hot water and adding 4 or 5 drops of breathe to it and just breathing in the vapors. That's a great way to work the oils into the lungs and to open up and expand. Applying it right over the bridge of the nose if you feel a little stuffy, or even if somebody snores in the house, that can actually work really well, just to apply to the bridge of the nose. One blend that I love with the oils that we're going through tonight at nighttime is 2 drops of breathe and 2 drops of lavender at night before bed. It makes your bedroom smell a little bit like a spa, just very, very cleansing. So that is a great blend. And it's also in some lifestyle products like respiratory drops. We also have a Breathe vapor stick, which is nice for when you're on the go. Okay, DigestZen. I mentioned this blend earlier for digestive issues. I mentioned applying it topically and taking peppermint internally. So this is a very specific blend for a specific use, right? Most people aren't going to diffuse DigestZen or use it for something other than digestive relief. But if you do have digestive issues, this is probably your gateway oil. This will be the reason you come into doTERRA. So it's a blend of ginger, peppermint, cardamom, caraway, fennel, and anise. And this one's called ZenJust in Canada. You can use it all 3 ways. Most commonly, you'll use it topically, massaging 2 to 3 drops on your stomach, for example, if you have any kind of digestive discomfort. Queasiness, let's say you get sick when you're in the car, or maybe when you're pregnant, just breathing it in from the bottle can really help to quench that nausea. I actually also like it for cramps, menstrual cramps. Massaging it over the lower stomach area can feel really good. And it does help too with sinus tension. I know people who have used this for in place of peppermint for a stuffy nose. It can be really effective that way. But it is also in a different line of products. We have soft gels which have the DigestZen in them. We've got the roller bottle. So DigestZen is definitely one of the most popular categories. Okay, we have 2 more oils to go. Deep Blue Blend. This is another one that is very specific. So you use it for a specific reason, and that would be to relieve pain. So again, this is a gateway issue. This is a reason a lot of people will come into doTERRA. This blend, I love the smell of it. I don't know if you guys have tried it. I know Marta's using it right now for her training, but it just has a very therapeutic smell. It's a blend of wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. And it actually is blue. Okay, so because of the different plants that it uses. This is not an oil that you'll use internally. So you'll notice that it's labeled as aromatic and topical only. So you'll usually use it topically, unless you love the smell of it like me, then you might add it to a diffuser, but not really going to work on your pain that way. Massaging 2 drops of it in a little carrier oil right over tired, achy muscles, joints. If you have any cramps, into the lower back, for example, when you have your period would be really helpful. Massaging it into the neck and temples if you have deeper head tension. I find people who get migraines, they like to use deep blue instead of peppermint. It just works deeper that way. But there's also a product line built out around deep blue because it is just a powerhouse product, a powerhouse blend of oils. So one of the newest products Doterra released a few months ago is a deep blue stick that has copaiba in it. It's actually an OTC product because of the menthol in it. It's an over-the-counter, it's qualified that way. There's also deep blue rub, which is a lotion that you can massage in. But the deep blue oil is great to have on hand. You can make your own oils and lotions. I love what Marta said there, that she pops a few drops into her Epsom salt bath after a week of training. That's great. It's the soothing blend. Okay, the last blend we wanted to go through with you guys. How's our time coming here? I don't have a watch near me. Balance blend is a blend of spruce, hoe wood, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus, and it has a little coconut oil in there. And I wish you could smell this one through the screen. It is just such a beautiful grounding blend of oils. And the reason doTERRA includes this in many of the kits is because I think we all need a little more grounding right now. This was a new addition actually to the top 10 kit last year, just as a way to help people feel more supported in their emotions. And with this one, you're going to be using it aromatically or topically, just inhaling right from the bottle or from your hand, we mentioned an Epsom salt bath on the last slide. This is a great one to use as well, depending on, if you want to have a different kind of bath, something that's very relaxing and grounding. I like to massage this one into my feet at the end of the day as I'm going to sleep because it's so calming. I'll often add vetiver or cedarwood as well, which are two really great sleep oils. But just having it with you, even in your purse or in your car, you can add a little bit to your pulse points and just breathe in throughout the day. It's just, it does what it says. It's very grounding. So those are the 10 oils we wanted to go through with you guys. They are the most popular oils and blends, and there are more ways you could use them, which we'll let you know about in the ebook we give you at the end of class. But those are such a great introduction to the world of aromatherapy. Something you should know too, though, that's personally one of my favorite things about this lifestyle is doTERRA's oils are supercharged into several different lifestyle categories. And you just won't find yourself having to shop around or bounce around to different health food stores anymore, because you will have these solutions at your fingertips through your own doTERRA store. So depending on how you get started with the oils, you'll choose a kit which will have different oils. You might choose a kit that has some products in it, but throughout the year you can swap. Maybe there's products you're buying right now at the health food store, and now you'll be able to purchase them from your own doTERRA store at your wholesale price, and they work incredibly because they have the oils built in. So there's a beautiful skincare line. Virage is my favorite skincare. I've been using it now for 7 years. The hair care line, this was a new upgraded hair care line they launched last year. Nutrition, I'm drinking a green smoothie right now with doTERRA's vanilla whey in it. It's a nice clean protein. I also have the greens powder in here, which I love. It doesn't taste like Splenda. It's not super sweet, and it gives you all the superfood goodness. So I have a smoothie every day. Supplements like our Lifelong Vitality supplements, which are actually doTERRA's #1 product. Even though we're an oil company, that is the product that is purchased most each month. Dental care, Marta mentioned she was making her own mouthwash before she realized doTERRA had this brilliant On Guard mouthwash. The cleaning line, this is probably my favorite category, to be honest. I love the Abode line. I know Krista mentioned earlier in the chat, she was diffusing Abode and lemon. I love the smell of it. It's so cleansing and purifying. But the products are great. There's dish tabs, laundry tabs, dish soap, hand soap, all-purpose cleaner. So your needs are really met when you get started in doTERRA. There's a few other products I think we'd like to see. Actually, let me know in the chat. I'm curious if there's something that you wish doTERRA would create. I can wink or use sign language or something to let you know if I know it's coming. But we're gonna wrap up the class there. Sorry, my slides keep skipping. Let me just, there we go. So we're gonna wrap up the class here and come back for Q&A. I wanna go through just a few things about getting started, since I know we have some of you here wanting to get started today. So the best thing to do would be to text the person that invited you to class, because they can either create a link for you with the kit that you would like, and I'll show you the top 3 starter kits in just a moment. Or they could create a custom cart for you, a custom link. Maybe you're not wanting to start with a kit. Maybe you're wanting to kind of build a couple of different oils together. It can be a little pricier going that route, but nothing too crazy. The starter kits are bundled at a lower price. So I'm going to show you 3 of the most popular starter kits, and you can connect with the person who invited you to class if you have any questions about the kits or want the link. The 10 oils that we went through tonight can be found in one of 2 kits. There's the Healthy Start Kit, which is like a little bottle, little startup collection. Those bottles are going to be, they're going to have about 80 drops in the bottles. That's the Healthy Start Kit. I think that was the one that you said, Marta, you started with. The Home Essentials Kit is going to be your regular sized bottles. So this is going to give you 10 oils and blends along with a diffuser. So you can see the prices there. So you can choose to have either small or big bottles. The Home Essentials Kit you see there is actually called the Healthy Essential Kit in Canada. I wish we get all these kit names to be a little more in line, but I just wanted to explain that in case you're looking for it. It's called the Healthy Essential. Now, one thing going on at the time of this class recording, so it's February, there is a promotion on certain kits that qualify. If you purchase the Home Essentials Kit, for example, you're going to receive 4 full-size citrus oils in the month of February. You're going to get a free grapefruit, tangerine, wild orange, and clementine. And those are brilliant oils to have. When we talked about lemon earlier and the cleansing properties that it has, that you can use it in your drinking water, diffusing, making cleaners with it, you'll love having citrus oils. And the nice thing with those 4 freebies is they're not in the kits. So that's a promotion going on. I wanted to make sure you saw that. So if you want to take a screenshot of the kits as I go, you can even just shoot a text to the person that invited you. The second kit I'll mention is a Healthy Habits Kit. This is a nice one if you're wanting to do a lifestyle reboot. We actually have a 21-day Healthy Habits program that we run for the community. It's running right now, actually, Feb 1st to the 21st. So you'll have an ebook and a program you can follow to put this kit to work for you. But this gives you 5 essential oils. Most of them we went through tonight or today. This also gives you the lifelong vitality supplements, probiotic, a digestive enzyme, and the deep blue rub. So that's a great lifestyle kit. And then the third kit I'll mention is a larger lifestyle kit called the Natural Solutions. So this one is going to give you 13 full-size essential oil bottles and blends, 8 of which we covered tonight, along with most of the On Guard product line. So if you want to get started with hand wash and toothpaste and the mouthwash and hand spray, for example, it also has a diffuser, body lotion, the deep blue rub, coconut oil, and it comes with a wooden storage box for your oil. So this is a great, like, I'm ready to go, ready to jump into this lifestyle. And this kit will also include the 4 free citrus oils in this month of February. Now, one thing that we want to end off with is when you purchased your kit of oils, it will arrive and you'll probably be wondering, oh shoot, like what did I learn in class? Or you're not sure what to get started with first. Brand new this year of 2022, we are now teaching onboarding sessions for our community. So similar to this class, this onboarding session is on the 3rd Monday of each month at 2 and 8 p.m. And this is a class just for you as customers on our oil community. So once you've purchased your kit, that makes you part of our community. And in this class, we teach you how to navigate your Doterra store, how to place your next order. We teach you about the rewards program, which I'll go over in just a moment. And we share our top 10 tips for getting started. So these are the things that we wish we knew when we first got started with oils. So if you want to go ahead and register for the next session, it's coming up in 2 weeks. We want to make sure you knew about that. So that's our way of helping you get started. The rewards program, because some of you are here and you're already customers. Let me just get a glass of water. So you can, once you open up your Doterra account, you, through the purchase of a starter kit, you will be able to purchase doTERRA whenever you want throughout the year at 25% off. Sorry, it went down the wrong way. You don't have to purchase monthly. There's no monthly minimums or anything like that. There is a rewards program which offers you the ability to earn free products for ordering monthly. And this is very easy to set yourself up on. It's free to join. You can quit it at any time, but I'll let you know that I've been purchasing doTERRA for 9 years, and I've been purchasing monthly, and I earn about $300 worth of free products every year just by ordering monthly. So it's definitely worth it if you're looking to really kickstart a healthy lifestyle. We have a link. I'll have Marta pop into the chat. You can go to wholefit.com/LRP kit, and it goes through a lot of the details, but you get to customize what shows up in your doTERRA box. It comes to your porch. You're not going to get the same order every month. You go in and you decide what oils and products you want, and they arrive to your doorstep, and you earn free products as you go, which is, it's such a nice thing because I feel like there's so many rewards programs out there, but there's very few that actually reward you for living a healthier lifestyle. So you can see on the screen there the various perk levels. Basically, just by ordering 50 PV, which is like $50 worth of oils and products a month, you start to rack up the points as you go. And then by the end of your first year of ordering, you're earning 30% back on every order. So it's really cool. And I love that it's something that rewards us for the care that we're giving in our bodies and taking care of ourselves. In your notes package, we also gave you a monthly health plan where you can record down different things we've shared today, routine you want to try. I think it's really helpful to try something for 30 days, whether it be just focusing on some basics like diffusing morning and night, and maybe some oils that you're going to use before bed to help you with your sleep, if that's something that is a goal of yours. But we linked this for you. We also linked for you what's known as the Live Guide. And this is a nice lifestyle guide to flip through and see the different categories of products doTERRA has. One website you might want to check out that we created for you is a list of our personal routines, our daily routine with oils. I'll have Marta type the chat in there for you. But this is kind of fun to look at if you're looking for some new ways to use oils and learn from some of us who have been using them for close to 10 years. When you get started with your oils, there are great tools to help you along. So we're going to share one of them with you in a moment as one of our gifts to you, but we also have a Facebook community group. If you're on Facebook, we have about 22,000 of our members on that group. And it's a great group for asking questions and searching questions that have come up in the past and finding solutions. We also have an email series that we'll connect you to when you get started, which you'll receive an email once a week for your first few months, just guiding you through the oils. But if you're looking for a really nice resource book, write down this book called The Essential Life. You can purchase it on Amazon, or there's a great essential oil lifestyle store called oillife.com. And it's just a nice coffee table book. It goes through exactly how to use the oils. You can find great DIYs. It's beautiful. And also as part of our community. So in addition to the classes that we run monthly, like this one and our onboarding session, we run different programs throughout the year. Like right now we're running our Healthy Habits program. We have a cleanse program that we run in June for you that teaches you how to use specific oils and supplements for cleansing, if that interests you. We have an 8-week continuing education program that runs in April and May. And that's where we dive into topics like green cleaning and pain and sleep support and glowing skin. And we take a topic each week for 8 weeks, and we do a fun game night. It's a pretty fun event. And then we have also, if the business side of doTERRA interests you, we also have business trainings. When you sign up to be a doTERRA customer, you either choose to be a customer or a wellness advocate like myself and Marta. And you can change your account at any time, and we have different trainings to support you in that way. So you can visit our calendar. We have the link up on the screen there for you. Marta's put it in the chat for you. And we have all of our classes and programs and trainings built out for the entire year if you want to have a look at what's coming up next. So real quick, and we're going to come back into the Zoom room. If you have ever wanted to learn more about the business side, I know some of you are customers, we would encourage you to go to wholefit.com/bizop. There you'll find a recording of our last session we did on this, but we have a very simple model in this business. And if this appeals to you, if you're wanting to integrate doTERRA products and eventually have a business, these classes that we run are for you to be able to invite to. Like I said, we run this class every month. You can invite people, friends, to come and attend the class, and then you take care of them from there. So we wanted you to know that that is there for you. There's the website link there if you want to check that out. The last thing I'll mention is this class we do have as recordings in our oil group, our Facebook oil group. So tomorrow we'll send out an email with the link to that group. It is a private group, so if you're not in the group yet, the person that invited you to this class will link you up with that community group. All right, I'm going to stop my screen share and come back into the room. Nice to see you guys. If you have any questions, now is a good time to type them into the chat. Marta, was there anything that was asked that we didn't address yet?
I'm muted.
There you go.
And you addressed everything. I'm going through questions.
How are we feeling with the content, you guys? I mean, there's so much we could share. I think, this class is meant to be as something that whets your appetite. I think the best thing about this is no matter what your goal or your focus is, focus on that one thing. So maybe it's sleeping deeper. Have a routine for yourself where you're using specific oils like lavender, like we shared, and have a routine where you're using them every day for 30 days. And then once it's built in as a habit, you can move on to the next goal. And really, no matter what your focus is, you'll find that there are amazing oils and supplements that will support you in that. So we're glad you're here. If there aren't any other questions that I can help answer for you, then we'll end the class there. But do check out our calendar like we shared in the chat there to see what we have coming up. Tammy is asking, if I wanted to join the business side, how much time would you say you have to commit? Well, it's changed over the years, Tammy, because when I was first building this business and when different partners came into this business model with me, we were doing a lot of this ourselves. So part of the reason that I wanted to start doing this collaborative classroom for our team is to remove that burden on anybody doing the business to be having to teach their own classes and programs and trainings. So we actually started doing this right at the beginning of 2021 when everything was kind of moving online. And up till 2 years ago, we were teaching a lot of these classes in our homes, passing bottles around, sharing stories. And now this is how we do a lot of that. So the time that you would be investing is actually very little because you're basically sharing the oils, whether it be online or in person, and inviting to our classes. And then we really have a whole system built out of taking care of your customers. So it's much easier to build this business than it used to be years ago. But we also have recordings from our program called Launch Your Business. And you can go through those recordings where we take you step by step through how to do it. All right. Well, great to have you guys on with us today. And if you're not in our essential oil group, message the person who invited you. They can link you up with that group. And hopefully you have the contact info from the person who invited you to class. They can help you with choosing a good kit for you. This is a great month to get started with the 4 free citrus oils. And the kit that we highlighted for that was the Home Essentials kit. So great to have you on. Hi, Jennifer, Tammy, Denise, Krista, everyone's still hanging out. All right, you guys, we have this class running tonight again at 8 p.m. if there's anyone that you want to invite that couldn't make it for the afternoon slot. All right, you guys, take good care and enjoy getting started with the oils. And thank you, Marta. Wonderful to host with you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, guys, bye for now.